you're running a tough race, and I'm sure it's a lot of work, and and you already ran once and almost made it, and you're doing it again. What motivates you to do this?
Oh, a lot of things. It really does go back to the military idea of you give your word to do something, in my case, an oath of office to support and defend the Constitution, and you stand by your word. You keep going. And you know, the military training is that when you see a problem, you do something about it. You know, walking away from problems doesn't solve anything. So, you know, I was a pilot. You have an engine on fire, something's wrong with your airplane, you better take care of it, or, you know, somebody's going to die. So, unfortunately, we see in politics, the partisanship has divided everybody. We're not accomplishing things. We're not getting results in this country. And we see more veterans getting involved from generals on down. Now, not that many of them are running for office like I am, but there are some, and it's this whole concept of let's do the right things for our country. Partisanship is killing us. Let's actually get back to this idea of patriotism, defending the country, and doing the right things for all of us.
I think you just touched on that a little bit in your answer, but how have your life experiences shaped the values that you would take into public office?
Just life experiences, you know, whether you're growing up on a farm in Iowa where you get taught responsibility early, that you keep your fences mended, you take care of the livestock, you take care of the land because you want to be able to get a crop out of it next year. You have to constantly be, you know, fixing problems as they come up, but always looking ahead to, what am I doing so I can get a crop this fall? What am I doing so I'll be able to plant a crop next spring? You go to the Air Force Academy, you get taught, I will not lie, cheat, or steal, nor tolerate those who do. That's a pretty good thing to carry on with you. Then I got an Air Rescue, motto of Air Rescue, these things we do that others may live. And being around the pararescue men who right up there with, you know, flying a rescue helicopter, where having a pararescue man, you're going in somewhere where somebody's been shot down, you're going to come to a hover. This guy's trusting you that when you lower him down on the hoist to get a survivor, that you're going to stay there and pick him up. The trust involved, that, we're going to put you down, we're going to be here to put you up. Just this whole thing of you rely on people and you keep your word. You keep the promises that have been made. And that we've gotten away from in this country. The idea of you pay your taxes, you follow the laws, you're going to be treated fairly, and your pension, your mortgage, you know, things are going to be there for you. And we're finding out that our government is not keeping its word to take care of the citizens of the United States. That upsets me as a military veteran who has friends who died to defend this country so we could have our freedoms.
Your campaign has had strong Netroots support, incredibly strong Netroots support. What do you see, or how do you see the internet changing politics?
It allows me to talk to people, and we were talking with some bloggers, Netroot folks earlier today. For us, the most positive thing about the Netroots community has been they put the whole story out there. You can go online, find these wonderfully detailed, they're almost research papers that have all the facts. They're, you know, the ones I look for are the ones that are literally footnoted. You know, they give references where you can track everything down. Where do these facts come from? But everything's given in context. Now, are there abuses? Yes, but not on the majority of the things I look at. The folks I've been involved with, it's very much, this is a low-cost way to just get the truth out there to a nationwide audience. And this is a nationwide race. You know, people think, oh, you're in this small congressional district. I vote on things that are going to affect everybody in this country, that are going to affect our national policy. You know, everyone should be reading about different congressional races, looking at candidates they can support, because their vote in Congress is going to determine things that impact them no matter where they live.
As 18-year-olds, Barak and I are really excited about how young people have gotten really involved in politics this election cycle, and we're wondering what kind of role have young people played in your campaign?
Those are a lot of our volunteers and interns, and the best thing about the campaign, And you know, we'll go back to talking about the internet too, where this is not age specific. Now, this year we're seeing a bigger turnout among the young voters. You know, people are beginning to realize that yes, their vote does count, but realizing that the blogging community is all ages, and we see that down at, you know, the Netroots convention, and we see that in the district for our volunteers. You know, you may be able to get an 18-year-old out in the 100-degree weather in the valley for a little longer, but I've got a couple of wonderful 70-some-year-old ladies that will walk an 18-year-old into the ground, and it's more, not so much the age, but just the enthusiasm. People are believing that we can make a difference, and that's what's going to win this. And whether it's a young voter, whether it's an older voter, just people realizing that, especially in the 4th Congressional District, they have a real choice this time around. And we're seeing that nationwide, the record turnouts for caucuses, primaries. We're seeing record turnouts, all age groups. But yeah, you know, back to your original statement, we are seeing more youth coming out because you realize everything that's going on here, we're back to this, you're going to inherit this huge national debt that's been run up in the last 7 to 8 years. I certainly hope our standing in the world is going to be a lot better in a few more years, but there's a lot of work to do to restore the image of America around the world, and it really is going to be an ongoing thing where the younger voters, you know, they're getting out traveling more, they're blogging more, the news you can get off the internet, becoming more aware of people in other parts of the world, do see a different brand of news than we do, you know, maybe just a little bit wider horizons. And some of the older voters, it's a little harder to get them to just open up to the issues and forget about this partisanship that's hurting the country so bad. And I think maybe that's the key thing is the younger voters. We're seeing more decline to state voters that are saying, prove to me on the basis of the issues and the things you believe in that I should vote for you. Don't tell me that vote for you just because you're a Democrat or just because you're a Republican. Actually convince me what you're for and what you're going to do for this country.
I think the final question that Barak and I have is that obviously your district would be considered a red district, and it's a little more Republican leaning. Do you think that Democrats should begin competing in places that are usually generally considered more challenging places for?
Obviously I do, because I did it. We've gotten into this stereotyping of it's a red district, it's a blue district, it's a partisan district. We're back to this, we're supposed to be red, white, and blue. We're supposed to be we the people of the United States. We have to get away from the partisanship. We have to get people thinking about what is patriotism really? What are we really going to do to support the country, to support the troops, to be respected in the world again? And if I didn't believe that by just getting out there with a message of the things we can accomplish when we pull together, I wouldn't have run in this district. But I got out there with a positive message about what I'm for and what a difference we're going to make when we pull together and actually act as patriots and do the right things for this country, and the district responded. And we're going to keep after that. It's a very powerful message. You just have to be out there talking to folks, and it's working. People like to know what a person is for.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.